just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Pack Her Up, boys. And it's that time of the week. You're driving home in your ute or from work, wherever you work, and you can almost taste the beer. Oh, yeah, baby. Woo! Let's go, baby. Oh, it tastes like the weekend.
Oh,
Tastes like the weekend. And I don't mean the singer. That was weird. But tastes like the weekend, baby.
gone off last week.
Yeah, going off last week. Yeah, bloke, get in and grab a case of bloke beer. If you're driving on your way home right now, get into your local celebrations, your bottler, your IJ Plus liquor, your Porter's liquor. I think in every celebration superstore right now, we are on crazy prices with the MIDI. So make sure, grab a case of bloke beer, enjoy your weekend of rugby league, and listen to the podcast. It's the best of the best. Also, bloke jerseys are flying. We're sold out of 7XL, 6XL, 5XL, 4XL and small. They're already gone. It's been like, what, 48 hours? 3 days. It's been like about 3 days.
Yeah, start of the week.
So make sure, whether it's a present for someone else or for yourself, grab a bloke jersey. They are going to be absolutely everywhere on Magic Ground. So, and you're going to see them all throughout rugby league circles. I've already seen people getting their jerseys. So they are ready to go, guys. This isn't a pre-order that's going to take weeks. You order it today, you will get it within the next couple working business days. So that is at bloke.shop. We've got bloke Steedens. We've got a couple of nationality shirts. We've got heaps of stuff on there. So that's bloke.shop. Grab a jersey, guys. They are absolutely fantastic. People love them. They're old school cotton. They're made to last. They're unique. You can't get anything like it at the moment. That's at bloke.shop. And they're only $99. That's right. Usually $160 for most jerseys these days that aren't old school cotton.
Yeah, it's the whatever they use.
Polyester or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. So these are the old school ones, $99. Matty, how you been, mate?
Just on the jerseys, I remember when I was a kid. So I started watching rugby league when South came back in 2002, and every team had the polyester jersey then, except for the Dragons. The Dragons were the last team to wear the cotton. And I remember being in Rebel Sports so jealous.
Oh, really?
Of, like, the Dragons fans that got to wear.
Yep.
They got to buy those cotton ones.
There's something timeless about it, isn't it? I don't
They're
know.
the best.
They are the best. I know that like playing in them obviously sucks because it's hot as anything.
Yeah, and like obviously it slows you down a bit.
Yeah, because it's so heavy. But they just, I don't know. There's something tangible about them that feels good.
Yeah.
It's weird. And it's weird because like for me, I also love soccer jerseys, but I think it's obviously because I grew up.
It's funny how, like, to me it seems nostalgic, but like I wasn't even born, so it's not even
so true.
nostalgic. But it's like it's just a mad throwback.
And the good thing whenever you chuck on a jersey, and this isn't even part of the ad in regards to like this is just a random tangent, but like you're never uncomfortable in it. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You chuck on an old school jersey, it just like, fits like a glove. Whereas sometimes when you chuck on the new school kind of jerseys, you're a bit like, oh, it's a bit, I don't know, it just doesn't sit as well as it does as an old school jersey.
I love rolling around the I've only worn the new one like this week, but like all last year, especially around Magic Round last year, I was wearing and you just feel cool in it.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Last year, Magic Round, I couldn't believe how many people were rolling around. It was so humbling.
Even on the I was watching Channel 9 telecast.
It was everywhere. You couldn't get away from it.
Yeah, just at Shark Park.
Oh, yeah, Shark Park last night.
Yeah,
it's so good. I'm so grateful. So I can't. You know what's exciting is like obviously we've got these jerseys that once they're gone, we absolutely will not be doing this color and design again. But I'm excited for next year's design. You know what I mean? Like, what are we going to do with that? I got some ideas in my head, but I reckon we should do training shirts eventually.
like going to the. Like
Training shirts is in like you see the boys when they go to training. Like,
yeah.
I reckon training shirts would be cool.
What was it? I remember once, you know when like you're a kid and you know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy?
Yeah.
And someone gave me a South training jersey that was worn by Roy Asatasi in like 2007.
No way.
I still wear it to the gym.
Swear to God.
Yeah. It's actually pretty weird that I continue to wear it.
I don't know whether I'm unique in this situation, but like I hate wearing button-up shirts. I hate wearing like slacks. Even jeans, I don't like wearing that much. Like I'll wear them if I have to. But like my perfect outfit is a training shirt, shorts and joggers.
Oh, for sure.
And like whenever I like left school or whatever or left rugby league, I was like, I want to get to a point one day where I don't have to roll into work dressed in a suit. And obviously I've been so fortunate to be able to do that, not having to roll into work in a suit.
I remember my first day here. I nearly sent you a text saying, because I was so nervous, I nearly sent you a text saying, what's the dress code? And I didn't, because I thought, fuck, I don't want to look like an idiot, so I'll just wear like normal clothes. And
Yeah.
I walked in, you were wearing thongs. I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, no dress code, bruh. Look, I understand, it would be, if you're in like a big corporate job, it would be a bit weird if like everyone's rolling around in thongs and that. It kind of, the environment turns into too casual when you're trying to get stuff done. Because like at the end of I think, look, I could be wrong, but I feel like sometimes the new generation coming through, they don't appreciate that you're at work. Like you're there to work.
Yeah.
You're not like doing them a favor or anything like that. Like you're there to work and you get paid for it.
Yeah.
Whereas like sometimes I feel like the younger generation, and let us know if you're a bit younger and I'm wrong. I'm more than happy to be wrong, but I feel like that they're like, oh no, we should be able to just chill, like just chill at work and that. I'm just like,
I mean, if you think you should be able to wear whatever you want at work, then I can accept that. But like, you're not there to have, go have coffee with your mates.
yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Like, yeah, I don't know. But maybe I'm wrong, and I've just been I'm stereotyping the younger generation, and maybe they do rock up and rip in or whatever. But I guess it's just sometimes you feel like they're almost like. I remember the Elon Musk thing that came out, and look, I'm not I'm neither here nor there when it comes to Elon Musk. Like, congratulations on what he's done; it's incredible in regards to the money he's made.
Yeah.
But remember when there was this big kerfuffle because he asked his employees to have a weekly review or something?
Yeah.
It's like, what? Like, why is that a kerfuffle? Like, you're at work.
Yeah.
Like, why would you be worried about reviewing what you've done?
And like, obviously you hate to see all those people lose their jobs, but like, it seemed like no one was doing work.
Well, yeah, and maybe we're just believing the propaganda that was coming out of Elon Musk's camp. I don't know. Like, maybe it wasn't true. Maybe they were doing work. I don't know. But like, when there was pushback from some employees about, we shouldn't have to do a weekly review of what we've done, I was like, what? Like, that's craziness to me.
Honestly, like, I've worked in an office job, and it is very easy to just bludge and do nothing. And and my last couple of years there, because like I just lost interest. If I was asked to do a weekly review, I would have been fucked. I did nothing. I came here and it was like the biggest shock ever. And like now, like I grew used to it pretty quickly. But like, everyone just, because there's so many people, everyone can just rely on other people.
Yeah, you just like offload it and hide in between the masses.
You can definitely hide.
I'll give you a tip. Like if you're in a job you don't enjoy, like if you are, most people are. I did it at work, but ripping into your work makes the day go quicker.
Oh, 100%.
I promise you, if you don't like your job, you'll get rewarded for it more. But there used to be times where I was a Sparky. I was similar to you. Like I'd be moping around and fuck, like this, I don't enjoy this. I hate this. And then I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to rock up each day and just work hard. And the day goes boom, just so quick. Whereas when you're moping and you're upset about it, and I get it, as I said, like I've been there. I understand when you can barely pay your bills, you got no money, you've got all these credit cards to pay, you've got a job that feels like it's like, I can't believe I have to do this for the rest of my life. I've been there, so I know the feeling. But if you just rock up and rip in, it just goes quicker.
Yeah. Well, if you clock watch anywhere, it's gonna go slower.
Mate, and also I think like there's nothing better as a bloke, and I can only speak from a bloke's perspective. I'm sure it's exactly the same for women, but like there's nothing better, even if you dislike the work, when you've like for example, yesterday we had a massive day. Like I woke up at like 7, went straight into ABC Network, did interviews there. Then we came straight back here. We did the DMP. Then we did Gordon Tallis. Then we did Josh Adokar. And like, so we, up at 7, and I think we got home. Well, I got home at about 7 o'clock at night or whatever, or 6:30 or whatever.
Yeah, we finished around 6.
Yeah, 6:30. So that's not like some huge shift or whatever, but the rewarding feeling of when you sit down after a day like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah. You got so much, like you think about the position you're in at the start of the day where you had all those things in front of you and now that's all behind you and you're just like, no.
Yeah, and you're proud of yourself.
Yeah.
You're proud of yourself. Like, so and also there's nothing worse than getting home and almost subconsciously feeling guilty that you didn't do enough. So yeah, my advice to anyone that's struggling a little bit, just rip in, and it makes time go quicker. And who knows, you get rewarded. You get
You'll
rewarded.
be rewarded for sure.
You'll be rewarded for sure. Because good employees are tough to find. I promise you. Having run a business, good employees are tough to find.
Yeah.
Really, really tough to find. But yeah, the day goes so slow when you're struggling.
Oh,
I remember I rocked up to my first, as the electrician, and they were just like, "What is wrong with this kid?" Like, far out. He hates it, and I was like, and I was, and they were right. Like they were right. I was hating it, but yeah. Like I wonder what is actually the hardest job in the world. Do you know what I mean? Not just like, oh, like this job's hard. Like, what is actually like? Is it a neurosurgeon? Is it a dude on a fishing fucking boat in the middle of the Alaska or some middle of, you know what I mean? Like, middle of the Alaska. Oh my god.
there's like obviously a million different ways you can go here, but there are people in I forget which country it is, but I saw a video of it, and their job is to unplug the shit from elephants. So like it gets like all backed up, and they have to like get in there with their glove and they get shit all over them. I reckon that would be one of the hardest jobs. Imagine waking up and doing that every day.
Like rolling in and like your misso's angry at you for something. I literally just got shat on all day. Like I just got pooed on all day, and you're having a crack at me because I bloody whatever did. I
tell a job I reckon would be hard. I reckon being a copper would be hard because you have to deal with fuckwits every day.
Yeah, the coppers, punch him in the face, coppers. That's just one of the things to coppers. The great Trent from Punchy.
Yeah. Oh, Trent.
You know who he turned into?
Give me back my purse. Yeah.
A Bondi hipster, I'm pretty sure.
What?
Yeah, so he's one of the Bondi. Remember Bondi hipsters? People listening, mate, bring back Bondi hipsters because that used to be hilarious. I don't know where they went. I don't know what they're doing now. But do you know that the guy with brown hair? He's Eddie with a beard and long hair. I said it. Trust me. Go and look. Go Google Bondi hipsters. Look at the guy with brown hair and with a beanie on and a beard. It's Eddie with a slightly less tan complexion and a hipster. That's what Eddie is as a hipster. And you know what? It probably is Eddie in a past. It is Eddie.
Probably. It's probably Eddie from like 5 years ago.
Yeah, 100%.
Before Hello Sport.
Yeah. So there it is. You got a scoop. He was the Bondi hipster. Bring back the Bondi hipster though. Do you used to watch that?
Oh, I've not like regularly, but I've seen like clips of it.
I used to like get home from a night out, absolutely skedaddled, and just sit back and watch some Bondi hipster stuff. It was so good, so good. Trent from Punchy, he'll always go down.
What a YouTube sensation!
What a sensation, Trent from Punchy.
And like, you can't think about Punch Bowl now and not think of
Trent from Punchy.
Yeah, because it's just down the road,
mate.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Oh, you wouldn't be allowed to today to bring back Trent from Punchy.
Oh, who knows? There's so much shit on the internet, you never know.
You know who is hectic? Is it Chris Allen? What's the name of the show where she plays all the schoolboys?
Chris Lilly.
Chris Lilly.
Yeah.
She's got. He's got to be. She's so good. I think she's a she. That's how good he is. Jesus, he has got to be like.
He's one of the
goated.
One of the most genius people.
You know why I'm saying she? Because he released a podcast pretending to be like a teenage girl from one of his shows, and it's like Jamae, yes,
yeah.
And it's like a journal, and he absolutely nails it. He's going to be one of the most talented people in this country.
Oh, for sure, because he had Some Heights High, and obviously there's a lot of things in that
these days you couldn't get away with it.
Never, ever, and some of it was very wrong. But aside from those ones, you can't deny how talented he was.
100%. Like, oh man,
I love Jamae. Jamae was she's just a typical Eastern Suburbs snob.
Nailed it. And then I like the teacher that's
Mr. G.
That's like for the musician.
Yeah,
like
Mr.
Is it Mr. G?
Mr. G,
oh my god,
I used to. So Wednesday nights used to be come home from cricket training because this was in summer. Watch Thank God You're Here. Do you remember Thank God You're Here? Then watch The Chasers War and Everything.
See, I didn't watch normal TV.
Oh, you didn't watch The Chaser?
No.
Wow, they were like. Do you know what they were?
No.
Oh fuck! How long?
I grew up. So I grew up where we only got channel 2, so ABC, and I think sometimes we could get Channel 10. So I grew up
Yeah,
with
right.
essentially.
Well, the Chaser was actually on ABC.
So so because we had no channels
Yeah.
before Foxtel could come out to us, we basically I just didn't watch TV. I'd be either training or playing video games. That's it.
Yeah, fair.
Or like training on the internet, playing video games. MSN. Remember
MSN.
ICQ? Oh, ICQ would have been before your time. Oh, used to. There are people listening that are about 35 years old. Whenever you got a message, it would go, oh.
No idea what you're talking about.
Bro, ICQ. What about the MSN days?
What about on MSN? Like, if like a girl you liked logged on,
Oh my God.
you'd log out and log back in so they'd see that you'd logged back on and hope they'd message you. They never
Oh
would.
my God. MSN, and like you'd be at school all day with these
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Because you're such a coward. You wouldn't say anything to them.
Nah.
As soon as you get home, you'd have these mad DNMs on MSN.
100%.
Because you could do it on the internet and you could just you wouldn't have to be rattled like going up to them and that. Oh my
Do you
God.
remember you had those emojis, like the emoticons? So
Yeah.
I remember once I was on my computer and I wrote BRB for Be Right Back, and it turned into an emoji saying BRB getting laid.
What?
And I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah.
And my dad was next to me. He's like, the fuck? do you know what that means?
Oh, you're a sicko at a young age.
I know.
Jesus, that is craziness. Remember MySpace top 5 friends?
Yep.
Imagine the carnage on Instagram if they put a top 5 friends.
Oh,
Let's do it.
that would out so many people.
Boy, the Zuck and Musk put a top 5 friends.
Yeah.
And you have to do it, otherwise you can't have an account.
Fuck.
There'd be absolute scraps. There'd be scraps.
imagine
Imagine the
that.
drama that would create.
Oh my God.
Like the amount of like backstabbing bitchiness between and like blokes. Like, oh, this fucking Derek
Yeah.
had like, bro, I'm not even that good of a mate to him. I'm in his top 3 or like, you know.
And like, imagine if you piss your mate off and they take you out of their top
Oh
5.
my God. Bring it back, man. Let's get some chaos
Stay
going on
toxic.
Instagram. Yeah,
Let's be toxic.
let's just get some chaos going. I mean, there's enough chaos as it is on Instagram, but let's get more chaos on Facey and Instagram. Remember your song when you used to land on your MySpace page?
Yep.
I remember the Bebo. Remember Bebo?
Bebo.
But
I
that-
was more Bebo than MySpace.
Really?
Yeah.
Because like from where I was growing up, it was more like the Kiwi boys and that were on Bebo.
Yeah, interesting. I got the end of my. I had a MySpace, but I used Bebo a lot more.
Yeah, wow. That is craziness. Like all these young people listening right now going, oh my
Yeah,
God,
what the
these
fuck is this?
dinosaurs. What the hell is going on? Now it's what? TikTok, Snapchat.
Have you noticed how like there's so many fuckwits on TikTok?
TikTok is hectic.
My missus posted a video the other day, yesterday. She's like, look at this, and she's got like 300 followers, like no one.
Yeah.
And 3 people, randoms, just commenting, just sledging her.
Yeah, mate.
Like, what?
It's so hectic. It's so hectic on TikTok. Like my wife, she genuinely knows her stuff when it comes to skincare. Like she's
Yeah.
a gun, knows everything about it. Anyway, she was just talking about like some moisturizer or whatever. And then she had all these like jealous as shit chicks like saying this video is edited and her skin is photoshopped and she's like, hey, what the hell? No, it's not. What the fuck are you talking about? And so it's like TikTok is like it's a great platform for a lot of people to launch, you know, whatever they're doing, but it's a different environment. You know, maybe because it skews a bit younger, so
I think it's because it's younger.
so you're willing to be a bit more ruthless, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I look at I have an old Facebook from like 2015 before that I changed because I just write the most scat stuff on there. Like, young people just don't.
Oh my God, going back and looking back at stuff I used to write, I go, wow, I am so grateful that I missed my early teenage years on social media.
100%.
Like, you say the dumbest things ever when you're younger. And I don't care what anyone says. Like, anyone that tries to be like, yeah, but I wouldn't say that kind of stuff. I think they're forgetting some of the fuck shit that you said when you were that age.
Because there's no consequence back then.
And also, you didn't even mean it. You didn't know what it meant. Like,
you're just talking shit with your mates.
The reason why I'm quite forgiving when it comes to like bullying, when it comes to like high school students in primary school, they don't know the impact of what they're doing. Now, it's different these days because they're all educated on it.
Yeah.
But when we were growing up, we were not educated on the impact of what's happening.
No,
Like you just didn't
no
know.
idea.
You didn't know. You just saying words. It's like, and then you stop thinking about it. Whereas the
Yeah.
person that you said it to goes home and thinks about it all night long, going, "Holy!" I remember the first time I ever got told I had a big nose. I still remember like the time it happened. That's how much PTSD I have from it. Because like I got all the way to grade 7 not knowing that I had a big nose.
Oh, yeah.
So I was unaware because like you don't look at yourself as a kid and you're like measuring, you know what I mean? I'm not like, and also social media's not around. The internet's not around pretty much. So like who do you compare yourself to other than having conversations and going, well, yours nose is bigger than my nose. So I never had that. And her name was Anna. She's in grade 7 just outside our class.
Well.
Yeah, it was a girl. And just randomly, she just smashed me. She had blonde hair. She just smashed me with you got a big nose. And I was like, what the hell? And so I just like, kind of like, I was like shocked. And then I remember going home and like looking in the mirror going, oh, what? I didn't think I had a big nose. And then I was like, well, she was right, Anna. You were right.
And here we are.
You
built half a brand.
No, but she was right. She was right. But again, like she didn't know what she was doing. She's we're in grade 7.
The funny thing is, like, whether or not she remembers that, like, I equally, like, people have said things to me that I've held on to.
Yeah.
But I actually remember mean things that I've said to other people.
For sure, me too.
That makes me feel guilty.
100%. 100%. We had this friend that was a girl that we were really close friends. I said some mean stuff to her, and we've like seen each other since. That it still makes me feel so bad that I said that stuff to her, and it was all out of pure insecurity on my half. Yeah. Like, I mean, and I think like the internet has kind of like robbed kids of like the ability to grow up, like and make your mistakes and be like, oh man, I should never do that again because blah blah blah. But yeah, MySpace. Top 5, bring it back. Top 5 friends.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's see what happens, mate. You know what? Everyone would be a coward. No one would put their top 5 friends in.
No chance I would.
I don't even have 5 friends, so it doesn't matter to me. Anyway, for bloke listeners, proudly brought to you by Menulog. If you haven't ordered Menulog from Menulog before, head to offers.menulog.com.au/bloke. Link will be in the show notes. You get $15 off when you spend $30 or more. Plus, if you already have a Menulog account and you want to order some food, you put in the code Wallace in capitals. That is Jared Wallace's last name, Wallace. You get free delivery. And T's and C's apply. Head to Menulog. The terms and conditions, again, don't go to the terms and conditions you want to see. But I think it's just like, it just doesn't count for like Macca's and a couple other things. There's no other things like that.
And you can't use those two at the same time. That's pretty much what it is.
But it's not like T's and C's apply. Oh, you can't use it on anything. It's just I think it's just like Macca's, maybe like, Gomez.
Yeah, it's like the big KFC.
Yeah, but all the other stuff you get free delivery if you put Wallace in.
Also, don't go to Macca's. Support your local
independent for sure, 100%. I mean, look, we're all guilty of going to Macca's though.
I am terrible. I drive and my car sees Macca's and the blinker automatically turns on.
Mate, they've absolutely nailed it. Let's talk about last night. Those Sharks defeat the Cowboys 44-6. Jeremiah Nanai, hip drop. Hines, another great performance. Can you leave him out of Origin? And the refs. We'll talk about the win first for the Sharkies. Easily their best game of the year.
What a performance.
Like, easily their best game of the year. They had everything, both sides sorted. The only super nitpicky thing I have to say is I just don't know whether the Cowboys were so bad or the Sharkies were so good.
Yeah. I'm happy to say both. Like,
maybe somewhere in the middle?
Yeah, it's definitely somewhere in the middle because, I mean, no offense to the Cowboys, but they'd know this more than anyone. They were awful. That was both sides of the ball, defense, attack, they just weren't there. And I was sitting there watching it with a few friends last night. We're all just saying to ourselves, how do you just fall off so hard? Like, a lot of these players went to they're such good players, and they were such a good team last year. It's not like, and they were so good last year based off their defense and their attitude. So it's just it's puzzling how bad they're going, the Cowboys.
Yeah, they look tired. They look fatigued. It doesn't look like the same energetic side that we saw last year. But when you actually watch them play, it's not like you're sitting there going, this is absolutely atrocious.
No.
They put together some good sets. I'm just trying to look at how many tackle breaks they had. Again, only 12 tackle breaks, and they missed 38 tackles. And I know I'm harping on about it, guys, but that's contact. That's the big aggressive part of the game that they're either overtrained and super tired,
Yeah.
or they're undertrained. But to me, it looks like they're just lacking any kind of energy and aggression.
And if you look, so I watched the highlights this morning. Watched the whole game last night, but watched the highlights to just like refresh my memory. If you just sat and watched the highlights, the Sharkies, besides Sifa's first try and maybe a couple others, like yes, the Sharkies were good and they built pressure and they got there and did this and that. There are a lot of like really bad efforts from the Cowboys defense. Like they, it was
Like tired efforts.
Yeah, they just didn't. The Sharkies didn't blow them away with these crazy ass tries. It was just like getting beat 1-on-1. Like, yeah, it wasn't great.
And like I feel in my experience of like watching footy, when I see performances like that, it seems to me like a tired footy team, a footy team that's like bare, like, you know, not energetic, not up for the contest.
Yeah,
because like that's the only way you go from being super dominant to you didn't not know how to tackle anymore.
Yeah,
it's purely energy. That's it.
I wonder if like obviously the Panthers got the shortest preseason. But the Panthers are one of the best teams we've ever seen. I think the Cowboys had the second most players in the World Cup, something like that. And all we spoke about last year was their crazy preseason. That's how they got so good. And pretty much they might not have got to have that this year. Or
Well,
maybe,
my concern is they went skits when they came back.
or that's what I was going to say. Maybe they went too hard and now they're just like,
It's just flat. It's so flat, man. Like it's not even close to the same side. Onto the Sharkies though. Oh man, Nico Hines is one of the only players where he can make 3 errors in a row, and you go, yeah, it's all good though. He'll make up for it. You know what I mean? Like if Cleary made 3 errors, you'd be going, holy, what the hell's going on with Cleary?
Yeah.
Whereas Nico, you're like, yeah, sweet, like all good. Like he's just trying stuff.
yeah.
He's got this weird, like, I mean, maybe it's because he's so loved. Like, he's just,
That
honestly,
definitely would help.
That helps. But I just feel like you know that every time he makes an error, it's coming purely off. He's just going to keep going, keep going
for
kind of
sure.
thing. He's not going to go into his shell. He's
Yeah.
not going to, he's going to just keep going.
Yeah, I think like as well, like the difference. I don't know what the numbers are. This is just going off vibe, whatever. But like the Panthers so structured. Cleary gets the ball when it's time to get the ball. You know, it feels like Hines touches the ball every play. I don't know if he does, but it feels like he does. Like he's always there, and they're like obviously Cleary and Hines are probably 1 and 2 at the moment. And like either like that suits Cleary, that suits Hines. It just seems like he's always on TV. Like he's
Yeah.
always in the frame.
Yeah. And you know what I love is he's getting so good at identifying weaknesses in defensive lines. The amount of times that he goes down a short side. What I love about Nico Hines' footy is like, okay, you got your Cleary, super structured. Now, Cleary's adding things to his game.
Yeah.
So this isn't to say he's a robot, because I don't actually I actually think Cleary's a really good mix of like a Cronk, Joey-ish kind of,
Yeah.
you know, he's not as good as them yet, but just a mixture of their
Good point.
style of
He's
play.
a real mix, isn't he?
Yeah. Whereas what I love about Nico is that, you know, there might be a really small short side, and a lot of halves will be too afraid to go down the short side because then they get bad field position. Because, like, if you go down a short side and you lose the contact in that tackle, the next run, you get absolutely fucking jammed. Because what happens? They compress the defensive line, shoot off the line, and jam you. And what I love about Nico is he's playing without any fear.
Yeah.
No fear whatsoever. He's fearlessly attacking. If he sees an opportunity, he's going to go for it no matter what. And it's almost catching defensive sides off guard because we're so used to such structured systems. Defenses are going, holy shit, like, you're not really supposed to come down this short side. You're supposed to go long, get to the middle, then set up for a big shift. He's not doing that. He is just on the ball. Every time he sees an opportunity, he's going to go for it.
Yeah. And it's like, you're right about that short side thing, because even when he doesn't, like, he just seems to nail it most times, and even when he doesn't nail it, he'll somehow get the Sharks into a good position a play or two later.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, yeah,
He's like,
incredible.
when it comes to the way he moves, it's like Peachy.
Yeah.
Talking about David Peach,
Peachy.
obviously, from played at the Cronulla Sharks,
Yeah.
where they look like they're moving in slow motion.
Yeah.
But they somehow gas people all the
Yeah.
time. Like his try against Townsend, you were just like, it looked like it was in slow-mo. You know, where that's a try that you know, a Lockie Miller or a Kalen Ponga or, you know, someone with Josh Adokar with like electrifying speed scores.
Hines isn't that. Like, he's quick, but not compared to...
Yeah, and yet it must be his timing or something where he just goes, bop, off he identifies Townsend backing up.
Yeah.
And he just somehow gasses. It's
that
just
was beautiful, that shot.
So good. And I think...
and that was like... It's not like it's a tight defense. That was in the opening 3 minutes, I think.
I know. And it's just, when you look at that, you go, oh, you forget, oh, he was a fullback and he was killing it at fullback too. It wasn't like he was sitting there going, oh, he's a good ball playing fullback, but his ball running's not that good. He was absolutely killing it. So, Nicho Hynes, once again, outstanding. Blake Brayley's service was really good. Mulatalo, a couple of tries. Talakai, I really think Talakai is going underrated this year.
Yeah.
He's getting through a lot of work and getting back up to that 200-metre mark each week.
I wonder if... I've spoken to a couple of mates who are big Sharkies fans, and they seem to think that this is possible. I wonder when we'll see him move into the forwards, because like he can do the same amount of stuff, and the Sharkies have that Iro bloke coming through, who's a great left centre.
Yeah.
I wonder when it's going to be time for...
Probably when Graham retires,
goes.
maybe.
Yeah.
Because it's too stuck right now. Wilton keeps Graham on the bench, and you need Graham because he's a veteran and he's a part of the fabric of the club.
And obviously, Nikoro's on the other side.
Yeah, Nick Corder is on the other side. So probably, I mean, but maybe you keep him at centre. Maybe you know, like, why fix something that's not broken?
True.
I'm just trying to look at, because I think he actually has, and this is going super unnoticed. No one talks about it at all. So he actually has. Have a guess, a reasonable guess, how many try assists he has
This year?
Yeah.
At centre?
Yeah.
4?
9.
Really?
9 try assists. Yep. 9 try assists.
Fuck, I thought I was bang on then.
Nah, 9 try assists.
9 try assists?
Yep. We're talking about a big boy. He's rounding out his game
Fuck,
again.
he'd be right up there.
He's probably number 1 for centres.
Fucking hell.
So, like, who else would we... maybe Critter? Maybe Crichton? He'd be probably... As in regards to, like, try assists, you reckon?
Yeah, possibly. But I don't think Critter would have 9.
Well, I'm just going to get... try assists 3.
Yeah.
We'll go someone else.
You know, I'll go to...
You go to the thing
go to
so
the
you can
actual
see.
NRL.com.
And so, like, I just think that Talakai is flying under the radar. He's flying under the radar. Now, look, I think that it's, you know, they're so stacked in the outside backs for New South Wales that, and I know he didn't have the best debut for New South Wales or whatever, but I just don't think he's getting appreciated for the work that he does. 9 try assists. 9. That is, and some of the ball playing last night for a guy as big as him, we're talking about an edge back row here. Maybe not even edge. Sometimes he would come in and be in the forwards.
Yeah.
You know, so I just... Again, it's a sign of a good coach when a player like him is known for his damaging ball running.
It's the most in the whole NRL.
He has the most try assists.
Yeah. So it's like he's equal with Cody Walker, Adam Reynolds, and Reece Walsh.
That's insane.
He's got more than Nicho.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. That's a massive win for the Beak. I didn't even know that, but I could feel it.
And I'm sitting here saying, nah, move him to the front, move him to the forwards, keep him at centre.
But that's my point. He is not getting appreciated for what he's doing this year. He's flying under the radar.
100%.
9 try assists. And like people go, it's just a catch and pass. Yeah, go back and watch a try assist last night and tell me that's an easy catch and pass.
Yeah.
And also,
I was gun that.
Oh,
that was
so
freakish.
smooth.
Yeah.
And also, like, tell me that's if he was a small centre, then you go, okay, yeah, that's a good solid pass. We're talking about an edge back rower that's fucking huge and known for his ball running. Not his ball playing.
Runner, oh my God.
So I think Talakai is flying under the radar. Sure. It was good to see Mulatalo get a couple back. Yeah.
Although I felt bad for him when he unfortunately copped Cole Felt's big mitt.
Oh, the worst thing about that is Talakai's game last night. A try, 2 try assists, 201 metres, 64 post contact, 6 tackle breaks, a line break, 3 line break assists. No one's talking about it though. No one's talking about it. That is a fucking knock. That's a knock.
So he was putting up, maybe not that good, but I remember a lot of sledges last year for him because obviously people People went off him after.
He had this crazy good run.
Yeah.
Went to Origin.
Yeah.
Struggled.
Yeah. But like, he struggled in the game 3. He went good. He went all right in game 2. But like, he kept putting up crazy numbers all year for the Sharks. All year. I remember Guru got the numbers up last year.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, people just, yeah, I don't know.
Media narrative can just change people's perceptions. A lot of people, and look, we're all guilty of it. And you know what? I'm probably responsible for a lot of it too. Like the things that I say, I'm sure my listeners go, "Oh yeah, that's what I think too."
Yeah.
So we're all guilty of it. And sometimes when I hear Maddie say something, I go, "Oh yeah, I think that too," or Cam Smith or whatever. So we're all guilty of it. But sometimes the media can make or break a player in regards to like, you know, their perception. You know, if let's say if there was an article every week, every day next week, or over the next 4 weeks, and it was Talakai barnstorming this, barnstorming that, leading the try assists, leading the tackle breaks, all of a sudden, I think you'd start to get people go, "Oh, Talakai's a beast again,"
Sure.
you know?
Well,
So,
I mean, it did happen last year when he had that half against Manly.
yeah, exactly.
So,
The Sharkies, great win. Really, really good win. All right, we've got to speak about it. Jeremiah Nanai, hip drop tackle.
4 weeks early play.
I got to say, now, I don't think Nanai intentionally did it.
No, he didn't.
But the careless nature of it, I think, unfortunately, this is one where you go, you have to punish him and punish him quite severely.
That was a bad one.
And this is coming from a Queenslander.
Yeah.
Like, I am a huge fan of Nanai and everything that his incredible ability, but that was careless. It was unfortunately just a lazy split-second lack of concentration.
Yeah.
And so when, you know, some people that land on either side of the fence, like where they go, we've got to get rid of their hip drop. And then some of us will go, well, hang on a sec, like this wasn't one. And they're like, oh, well, you just don't care. It's like, no. When we see ones like this, we go hard.
Yeah.
Go hard. So I'm actually happy with 4 weeks. 4 to 6, honestly.
Yeah, it's 4 early. It's grade 3. It's the worst you can get. It's yeah.
And again, it's not an attack on the nice character at all. I don't think that he intentionally did it. I don't even think the Sharkies think he intentionally did it. No one would. No one would. No one would intentionally do that. It was just one of those things where you're fatigued.
Yeah.
You're not thinking, and you just fall on a leg kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and you're right. It wasn't intentional, but it's definitely up to him to not do it. So
100%. Like he had a chance to not do it.
Yeah.
It wasn't part of the contact. He had time.
Yeah. And now Braden, was it Hamlin?
Hamlin Uele. It's looking like he medial, I think, which might be 2 to 3 weeks. So
okay, hopefully, because that was devastating because he was killing it last year before he got injured.
Well, he's had a good year this year, Uele.
He's fucking good.
Oh, sorry, I think we're saying that wrong.
I think it's Hamlin Uele.
Weller.
I think it's Hamlin Uele.
Weller.
I remember him saying that in the World Cup.
Hamlin Weller. All right, Hamlin
Please
Weller.
correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section. So yeah, I just think, and I know some people are going, he meant it. I promise you, a guy like Nanai would never intentionally do that, guys. He would never. Like, I would be so shocked if he would ever have that kind of spitefulness in him.
Yeah.
No way.
Because he swung around as well, so you can see that like he just.
It was just lazy. He just lost concentration for a second. He just wasn't thinking about the consequences of what was happening.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all. You got to remember, like, the reason what makes rugby league so hard and different to, say, the NFL, it's fatigue. Like, that's the hardest part of rugby league is it's not like, anyone can go out for 10 minutes and go skit and be all tough and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But there's a great quote from Belichick, I think it is.
Yeah.
One of the greatest NFL coaches of all time.
Yeah.
And it basically says, fatigue makes cowards of us all.
Yes, I've seen that one. Yeah.
And it is the most true statement. I'll show you the toughest, you know, tatted it up, thinks he's the man killer, this, that, and the next thing, like the toughest guy, he's all jacked up in the gym. You get him under a bit of fatigue, it'll reveal who he really is.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'll show you a skinny little nerd that probably got picked on in school and, you know, just you would not expect it. He's under fatigue and he keeps his mindset, he keeps fighting. Like, I mean, we've all been in footy sides. how about some of the guys that like cry and shit in fitness? Like it happens rarely, but it still happens.
Yeah.
And you would be shocked at who you'd see do it.
But even a normal person, like, it's so easy to go to the gym and say you're going to do 3 sets of something, 3 sets of 10, and then on your third set on like number 6, you're like, fuck it.
Yeah, stop it.
Like that's an example of that's a very normal, very minuscule example.
Yeah.
But like, you've let yourself down, but no one else
No one else knows, and you'll never be held accountable unless you
Yeah.
like. And so, like with Nanai, purely fatigued and just stop thinking. No, I'm not saying that he's a coward at all. What I'm saying is that that's what makes rugby league so hard.
Yeah.
Is these boys get fatigued. He didn't take the easy way out. He tried to make the tackle. He's doing his job. He
Yeah.
just didn't think about it properly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's often underlooked how cardiovascular intensive rugby league is.
I remember reading Bellamy's book. Actually, is it there? It could be there. Yeah, it's right on the end there. Yeah, right on the end there, that purple one on the end. Read it years ago. And like, I'm sure every NRL team does this, but it was just interesting because I had no idea. He like absolutely flogs his team, absolutely flogs them, and then they'll do like a run through or field session when they're absolutely fucked. So they like make good decisions whilst they're under
Decisions
fatigue.
under fatigue.
Yeah.
Happens at every club. If put it this way, if you're playing NRL, you are not a coward. Like you are tough. And I'm talking about, there are players where people go, oh, he's soft there because he didn't run straight, all this stuff. I promise you guys, like, if you've made it to the NRL, you are tough. You're tough. But yeah, so anyway, back to the Nanai thing. I think it was just, he was tired.
Yeah.
He was trying to do his job, which was take a big fella down.
Yeah.
And he just didn't think. That's all it was. But because of the way it happened, it was careless.
Yeah, and that's unfortunately it's going to probably cost him. If he was going to play Origin, it's probably cost him.
I don't think he would have made it at the
I don't
moment.
think
To be
so
honest,
either,
I think.
but, yeah.
But I'm a little bit concerned with Nanai at the moment because he's on the long-term contract now, and we brought it up a while ago. Is that you get these young superstars on these long-term contracts, and sometimes they're young, they're still learning about consistency and what it is to be a first grader. So I hope that he can find that balance. What I will say is that he definitely will find that balance. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, we forget.
He's 20.
He's 20. Yeah,
He's
you
young
forget
as anything.
that. Yeah,
When Nanai finds the balance of what it is to be a first grader in regards to what it takes to have a long-term career, I have no doubt in my mind that he will. There are certain players that I watch and I go, I don't know if he's going to be able to stick around for a long time, even though he is super talented. Nanai's not one of them.
yeah. The perfect example was last year when he missed 10 tackles in a game in mid-April.
Yeah.
And by start of June, he was playing Origin.
He's going to come good. I promise you he'll come good. He is so talented. We have seen the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Nanai.
Yeah.
I promise you
He's
that.
so good.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Now talk about it. Got to talk about it. Gives me a headache talking about it. The refs.
Yeah.
Guys, as you know, I don't like to ref bash or whatever, but these are professionals. And just like we spoke about, Nanai, we say he deserved 4 weeks. He deserves it. Wasn't a good call from Nanai. Just like we talk about the Cowboys and we say it's not good enough. Their energy is too low. They're not making their tackles and they're making poor reads. The refs, I've just got to say it. Like, maybe it's a directive above them. And so maybe it's unfair on me to judge them and I should be judging the people that are making the calls above them. But I really think that we are having one of the worst years that we've seen in a while in regards to refs decisions.
It's a shame because like the rugby league itself has been incredible.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best I've seen. I'm happy to say it's the best start to the year I've seen since I've been like probably watching.
Agreed. And the refs deserve rap for that because they have something to say with that.
Yeah. But there's been some shockers this year.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking about hip drops. Like, I'm talking about just like calls where you're going, what the hell? Like,
Okay.
Nico Hines gets tackled as he kicks the ball.
The kick pressure one. What's the point of even tackling the kicker anymore?
You just can't. And also like, so you can't because at first it was like, oh, you wrap them. And then it's like, well, no, now it's like you can't wrap them. Well, you're not allowed to push them either. And then it's like, well, if they're off the air, if they've jumped off the air, they're the one choosing to jump.
Yeah.
Like, what? It's just, it is going to get to a point where the halfbacks are quarterbacks.
Yeah, literally, that's what's going to happen.
can't touch 'em.
It's starting to happen.
And it just like, it takes away what made Thurston great, Joey great, Freddie great, Lockie great, Alfie great. These smaller men, Freddie's a bit bigger, but he's still not massive.
Yeah.
These smaller men that had the courage and the guts
Yeah.
to run directly, whilst not even looking at them, at a back rower that's 190 centimetres, 110 kilos, and go, I'm going to go all the way into the line and just to make sure you square up so I can hit out the back.
Yeah.
We're not going to see that anymore.
Yeah, and it's going to take away from those absolute elite halves. For example, Jamie Soward's a perfect example, who, like, I still reckon so underrated. Great running game.
Kicking game.
Kicking
Holy
game.
heck, it's-
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And what separated him was, maybe he stood a step back, but he was better kicker than anyone in the NRL at the time, maybe on par with Lockyer, that he could still put it wherever he wanted because he knew that he was getting kick pressure, so he stood the exact spot he needed to stand,
Yeah.
but he was still good enough to put the ball wherever the hell he wanted. Like, that isn't being rewarded anymore because the kickers can stand wherever they want.
They
now.
could stand, the kicker could literally stand flat and just jump in the air.
Yeah.
And he'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Penalty straight away. Matter of fact, you'd almost be telling your kicker to do it.
Yeah.
Because if they tackle you, you're done.
Yeah.
The penalty. It happened last week with the on Kiri, I think, was it? Or the reverse on Benny. Anyway, there's been a few calls like that, and does Jesse Ramian no try?
Oh, yeah.
What? I'm not, like, let us know in the comment section. You guys always know, like, I'm more than open to be wrong. If you can let me know, was there another angle that I didn't see? What did you see?
Yeah, no, I was with you. I still don't get it.
I don't understand it.
I still don't understand.
And also, wasn't the rule, as long as it stays in contact with your hand now,
Yeah.
it's a try?
Like, just because his hand, like the palm of his hand will let go, he still had the ball, I thought.
That's what I don't get. And also, his arm's still touching it.
That's what I mean. Like, it's still wedged in here.
Yeah.
So, like, just because his hand let go, like, you don't have to grip the ball.
Yeah. Oh, mate. And then
And
obviously...
didn't the ref call it a try? Like, how was that overturned?
Yeah, well, the evidence for it. And then the Remus Smith one the night before where they said he didn't touch the ball.
That was a shock. He touched that.
You can see his finger go like that.
He had the tape on his, so you could clearly see what hand he was, and his fingers went like that. And they didn't even, I don't think they even checked it. Or so they checked everything.
They
but-
checked it and
yeah.
still got it wrong.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then look, the 50-50 ones I'm okay to live with, but the ones where you can clearly see it. I was watching it on a phone, that one, and I could see it.
Yeah.
These guys have 4K monitors all around in the bunker.
Yeah.
And they didn't see his hands touch it.
I gotta just digress for a minute. I think the best when a team not gets ripped off, let's not say that, but when a team gets a few harsh calls, I reckon the best fan base to watch in the comments are the Warriors fans.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Bruh, Warriors fans, because like Warriors fans feel like they always get dudded because they are, because they're the Warriors or whatever.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know who would have won the game that night, but they absolutely got dudded
They
by
got
the
some
calls.
shit calls.
Terrible calls.
Yeah.
There was one where I think someone was standing in the line, and then Harry Grant made a break, and then I think the day before, same thing happened where Luke Keary was standing in the line, and he got I think he got penalised for it or something like that. But the Warriors player didn't get the penalty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
just game to game. But they also got the Walker sin bin, which was, and he got charged for that for some reason, and obviously
he got off it.
Yeah.
He got 10 in the bin.
I know.
So did he not have to pay a fine or anything?
No, he got off.
So it's like, okay, so you get 10 in the bin,
Yeah.
but you didn't, and then we tried to charge
Him.
but he had the guts, because that's my argument was, and I said this on the captain's runs as well, show me the illegal technique that he used in that tackle. What was illegal about Dylan Walker's tackle?
That for me was, I've got to be careful here, but that for me was almost worse than Radley's one, because at least Radley's you could,
Like touch and go.
yeah,
Like-
and sure, on replay, maybe they got it, well, they did get it, they definitely got it wrong, but like, There was no reason whatsoever to sin bin Dylan Walker.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, show me the illegal technique that was used. Like, tell me what part of what he did was illegal. A head slam is when you hold their head and slam it to the ground.
Go just fucking bang.
But, like, he was holding the ball and they were taking to the ground. Look, it's unfortunate that Katoa,
Yeah.
you know, we don't want to see players get injured. It sucks. But you step on a rugby league field, you're going to get injured.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a complete,
It's
complete just unfortunate thing that happened.
unbelievable. I just don't understand. And like the Radley one, I don't know whether they've officially come out, but the yarn is that they had this other angle.
But where is it?
Show us it then. Show us this clear-cut angle. Because as I said on Wednesday, like if it's so touch and go that so many people that aren't Roosters fans are going, I don't even know if he hit him with his shoulder. It's like, if it's that touch and go, then just give it a penalty and you move on from there, not a 10 in the bin.
Yeah. And
Crazy.
the thing about Radley was they charged him as well. And their excuse was, and like, conspiracy, but like, I reckon they just charged him and gave him the fine. And if he went to judiciary, it would 2 weeks. So the Roosters would be like, oh no, we'll just play smart
to
here.
admit it.
But then they're just like, oh, he took the early place, so he's admitting.
So he's admitting, yeah, for sure. Oh, there's no way, especially after what Radley said and what Trent Robb said. There's no way he wasn't getting charged. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look, the refs have the hardest job ever. Then they get no appreciation. I totally understand that. And they're reffing during the hardest time ever to ref the game. I don't think that gets enough appreciation. Think about how much directive they're getting. They got to deal with hip drops.
Yeah.
They got to deal with concussions. They got to deal with guys pretending to stay down, not staying down. They got to deal with shepherd plays now. Like there's so many they got to deal with 6 again calls. There are so many things that have been added to what they have to do each game.
And I think what makes it even worse is there's no refs these days because of all the direction they have from above. There'd be no ref that's like able to bring their personality into the game. What I mean by that is like, for example, Bill Harrigan, who's known as the best ref of all time, was known for blowing 4 penalties a game, 2 each, and like everyone listened to him, and a Bill Harrigan game was ref probably differently to every other ref, but he was the best in the game. But now there's no opportunity to do that because he's just getting smacked in his ear.
Yeah.
Everything, directives, like interpretation, this, that. It'd be so hard for refs. I wonder, like Bill Harrigan these days, he probably just wouldn't even do it.
He wouldn't do it. And that's the thing. Like I think if you actually sat down privately and spoke to a lot of these refs, I bet you any money that they'd be like, look, I actually don't agree with. And look, I got no evidence of this.
No,
I'm just assuming.
I'm with you.
But I bet you any money they're going, hey, you do realise I grew up watching the same rugby league you grew up watching.
Yeah.
I love the old school stuff.
I know Gavin Badger really well. I used to work with him. No one loves footy more than him.
Oh, they love it.
Yeah.
They're the biggest fans of everyone. I promise you that. You know, it is just hard that some of these calls, especially the video ref ones, they're getting outrageous.
And you know what? And we say it all the time. I can cop a ref making an error because it's in real time. And players make, if the Sharks are allowed to make 15 errors, then the ref's allowed to make 1.
Yeah.
The bunker making errors is inexcusable.
Yeah, agreed. I'll cop all the time because it always comes back around the 50-50 ones on the field that you can't see or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It's the video ref ones. Now, on to the tips brought to you proudly by Sportsbet. Make sure to jump on the app and have a punt. If you are a punter, guys, there's only one place to do it. It's on Sportsbet. We all know they are number one. They got the best app, the best odds, everything like that. So head on to our Sportsbet app to have a punt because it's the best in the business, and they partner with us, so they keep the lights on, baby. The more we grow, we need partners like Sportsbet to come on board. And I know most of you love a punt, but in saying all of that, make sure to gamble responsibly, guys. Do not punt money that you do not have. If you're struggling, make sure to contact all the correct resources. Because you win some, but you lose more. So just a little dabble here and there, nothing too crazy. But if you're going to do it, you got to do it with Sportsbet. They're helping support this bloke community, so give them some support. We've got the Para Eels versus the Knights. Para Eels paying $1.45, Knights paying $2.75. How do you see this, mate?
I'm actually going tonight. Actually, that reminds me. We were speaking about like dressing before. So I'm going with Guru, and I'm like, "What's the dress code?" Because it's a free Supercoach thing, and I weaseled my way in, and he goes, I'm like, what's the dress code? And he goes, smart casual. I have no idea what that
Oh,
means.
is this where they're catching bombs on the field or some shit?
Fuck, I hope not. I'm not doing that. But yeah, smart casual. What's smart casual? I still have no idea what
Oh,
smart casual is.
casual is a collared shirt and like pants.
Oh, really?
Yep. So it's either a button up or a collared shirt. That's smart casual.
Interesting. Anyway, I'm going Eels.
Yeah, I'm going Eels too. I've had a few people say they're going Knights. I mean, I've been loving what the Knights have been doing.
Yeah.
Not going to lie, but yeah, I think the Eels get the job done. Broncos, Rabbits. Broncos paying $2.35, Rabbits $1.60.
This is me versus you. Obviously I'm going South, but I'm so excited. I'm actually Devo that Haas and Mame around.
I know.
Genuinely Devo.
Because like I never understood some fans where they're like, yeah, such and such is out. I'm always like, no, I want to play the best
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, because like, okay, if South were coming 13th and were desperate for a win, you're like, okay, but I promise you, the 2 points that South got last week after beating Penrith was the most valuable 2 points we've got all year. Like beating the best team, it just does something for you.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't and also you don't want the opposing fans going, oh, we were missing this, we were missing that. You know, it's like, no, we beat your best team.
Yeah.
There's none of this. So anyway, I'm going Bronx. I reckon. I hope they get the job done. Raiders $1.60, Dolphins $2.35.
I reckon the Dolphins are good money here.
I'm going Raiders.
Yeah.
I reckon they get the job done. Big week. Jackie Boy.
Yeah.
He'll be angry. Stu will be angry. And Jackie Boy will have a point to prove of like, I'm still here. I'm still.
He'll
like,
have a good game. You know what? I think Dolphins are good value, but I'm tipping the Raiders.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Raiders are going to win.
Manly $1.50. Titans $2.60.
Manly for sure.
Yeah, this is.
Depends- I mean,
I'm
it doesn't
actually
even-
not as convinced because, like, the Titans, like, obviously what happened last week was craziness.
Outrageous, yeah.
But it's like, you just don't know. Like, imagine a world where they played 60 minutes of the way they played in that first half.
Yeah.
They would have won by bloody 40.
Yeah.
So
True.
they're such a bogey side. You just don't know what's going to happen with them.
I'm going purely off the fact that they're playing at Brookvale Oval.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm tipping Manly. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that 260, yeah, it might be something there.
Yeah.
But last week when they got out to this huge lead, I'm sitting there going, my 13 plus shout of like, look, maybe
I was
a bit of
thinking
value.
that when it was 20-0 up and 26-0 up, I was like, fuck, what a great shout.
And I was like, and my reasoning was correct. I was like, they pour points on.
Yeah, exactly. So you were right, but it just didn't.
I was right, like, it's just the wrong half.
Yeah.
Panthers, Tigers.
I got to go Penrith.
Oh, you know what? Tigers are value. Like, obviously,
Tigers
Penrith,
definitely value.
$6.50. There's a rumour that Cleary's getting rested.
Yeah.
The Tigers have to win. Like, every game they lose, I don't know nothing about probability or maths, but, like, they got to win soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like, $6.50, chuck a tenner on it. See how you go. Seriously.
I hope so.
Because it sounds mental. It sounds mental. I know. I know that if you're not take odds out of it, of course you pick the Penrith Panthers.
Yeah.
But it's just like they got to win eventually.
They got to win eventually.
and it's $6.50,
They nearly
bro.
won last week. So
Like what is it? Chuck 10 on 13 plus or something. You know what I mean? It's $10.
yeah.
It's like you could be the hero. Obviously, you know, if you can't afford $10, don't do it. But $10 on $6.50.
Use a bonus bet.
Yeah, it's a bonus bet. Warriors versus the Roosters.
Now, I got sledged for this a few weeks ago for changing my tip and for tipping against the Warriors at home. But I'm changing 2 tips this week from Monday because
Wow.
I'll tell you why.
You fucking coward.
Because both teams were involved in the games the next day. So I didn't know the Warriors were going to have 3 injuries.
Yeah.
So I'm changing to the Roosters.
You're a coward. You're a coward. No, I'm going Roosters. Warriors paying $3, but they do have quite a few outs.
Yeah.
Dragons, Bulldogs.
Yeah, and initially tipped Dogs, but after the Dragons on Anzac Day, I was like, yeah, that was good. I think they'll win.
Yeah.
Dogs too many outs.
Too many outs for
And
the
Max
doggies.
King's apparently out as well.
And also, guys, make sure to watch the footy on 9 now.
Bloody earth.
It is, oh man, I love their commentary team.
Yeah.
It is so good. And I can't stress to you enough. On 9 now, I don't know about the network TV side of things, so I don't watch any normal TV.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, on 9 now, I'm pretty sure it's HD.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not pretty sure. I definitely know it's HD. It's me personally watching it. It looks as clear as any other place that airs footy. But B, there are not many ads at all.
No.
Like I can't. It blows my mind. I think there might be like when a try is scored, there might be like one ad and then that's it. Basically, at the end of the game, because I measured it, I think it's like 1 minute behind.
Oh, there you go.
So you get free, completely free.
Yeah.
The most hectic commentary team.
That's the best part. Like
The commentary team is so hectic.
Even if there was more ads, I'd cop more ads just to listen to Freddie,
Yep.
Joey, et cetera, et cetera.
But there really is, honestly,
Yeah.
on 9 Now, there's actually not that many ads. And also, like, on other places that you view it, there are ads as well during, like, halftime and stuff. Like,
yeah.
But yeah.
You just don't get better analysis.
Oh, my God.
It's just you learn so much listening to Joey, Smith, Slater.
And also when they choose to jump in
Yeah.
and jump out, like it's not too much in your face kind of thing.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Mate, so 9 Now. Make sure to stream it, guys. Massive thank you to 9 for supporting Bloke. I mean, how good is that?
Yeah.
9 supporting Bloke, and all we got to do is direct you to watch rugby league, and then we get guests, and we got some big names coming, guys. I promise you that.
Yeah.
That's all thanks to this partnership. So if you're going to watch rugby league, do it on the 9 Now app. The more numbers that we get across watching the 9 Now app, the bigger agreements that we can do with 9 when it comes to getting guests on and also growing the platform, guys. So head over to 9 Now to watch the massive Rabbitohs clash. And then Sunday, you finish the round with the Dragons versus Bulldogs, the biggest games and the best commentary for free. Get it on stream, and you can stream it anywhere, anytime. Now on to weird stories. Monopoly game escalates into a samurai sword fight. What the hell?
Yeah,
Hell,
looked a bit harder this week, and I found two good ones.
Jesus. Group of 4 people were playing Monopoly in Belgium on a footpath outside one of their houses. A neighbour came out holding a stick and threatening them because they were being too loud. Then that neighbour's son came out with a Japanese samurai sword and got into a fight with one of the Monopoly players. The sword sliced them both. Both men put in hospital. Monopoly player got released the next day, but the sword owner got a deep artery cut and it was initially life-threatening. His current state is not known.
That's slightly concerning. I tried to look for his current status, and I couldn't find
My
anything.
God. Do you reckon he was like, remember when you were younger playing Monopoly and like people would like steal money from the thing?
Oh, from the bank.
From the bank and
Yeah.
like hide it, and you'd be like, where did all this money come from?
Fucking cheats.
Honest cheats. I never cheated at Monopoly. It used to honestly infuriate me because like, what's the point of playing?
Exactly.
Like, why are we playing then?
Yeah.
If we're going to cheat and just steal money from the bank, what a great game though, Monopoly.
Have you ever played Monopoly Deal, the card game?
No.
Wow. I'm honestly addicted to it. I
Really?
play it. Me and Courtney play it. We play about 3 games a night. It takes about 10 minutes each game. It is unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so fun because obviously Monopoly, it's such a commitment to play. It takes
It
6
is,
hours.
but it is cool though.
Oh, it's the best. It's so good when you sit down with
Yeah.
your siblings or your mates, whatever. Like we to this day, like we sometimes have like nights where we get some red wine and play Monopoly for 6 hours.
It's mad. It's mad. And it's just like as you build up and knowing when to buy, not to buy, all that kind of stuff. I think Uno is one of the all-time GOAT games.
I love Uno.
Uno is so good. Now also onto the next crazy story.
This one's funny.
South Korean woman passes driving test after failing 960 times. South Korean woman named Cha decided she wanted to get a license at age 60. She wanted a license to take her grandkids to the zoo after her husband died. She kept failing the written test. At one point, was testing 5 times a week. She finally received a grade of 60 out of 100 on the written test, which lasted 50 minutes and consisted of 40 multiple choice questions about road regulations and car maintenance. This cost her over $4,200.
Oh, and like I read deeper in the article, like they were like she kept passing the actual driving element, so they weren't worried.
It was just a test.
It's just the written test, but like 960 times that would have taken like years.
It's like, surely they go, okay, written stuff you're clearly not great at, but we can see you're a good driver.
Yeah.
You're passing all the tests. That is insane. Did you pass yours first time?
So my written one I actually failed because
No way.
I didn't study properly, and there was a sign with a truck, and and it was like, what's this truck? And I got it wrong. I don't remember what it was, but because of that, when I had the driving test for my P's a year later, I made sure I passed it.
Yeah, there was. I would have got 100% in the test. I only got one wrong because of a bullshit trick question. So it was basically like, if the light is green, do you go? Do you look left, right, then go? Do you not go? And I was like, you go.
Yeah.
But the answer was like, you've got to look left and right, even though the fucking light is green. I was like, that's bullshit though.
That's
like,
a G up.
that is a trick question. You've clearly trying to stitch me up there.
Yeah. I tell you what, so was it in Queensland, did you have like your red peas, green peas?
No, I can't even remember. I don't even think we had peas back then. You just had your license.
Okay. Yeah, so we had L's, then red peas, then green peas. And to go from red peas to green peas, it was some bullshit test, right?
Actually, no, I think you did have your peas. Anyway.
Yeah, they don't even have it anymore. But you had to go in and do your test. And they were like, just make sure you read this book to study. And I read it. And I was like, all right, consume the information. It was all ridiculous. One of the questions was, and this is to pass your test, at what hour is there most likely to be a crash at an intersection? Like 12 to 1, 1 till 2, 2 to 3. Like, luckily I read it and got the answer right. But why is that even remotely relevant?
Yeah, what the hell? That's just testing to see whether you read the book.
It is, eh?
Because that's not like, what are you not going to drive during that time? Because there's an increased likelihood of a crash in that area.
Ridiculous.
That is so honestly.
They don't have that test anymore, which is
Oh, thank God. That is us done and dusted for Pucker Up, boys. Make sure to grab a case of Bloke beer. Get down to your local. If you enjoy this content, make sure to support it, guys. That's how we can keep this content going. Also, as I said, Bloke jerseys, smalls are sold out. 6XL, 7XL, 5XL, 4XL, they're all gone. So make sure to head to bloke.shop. Grab yourself a Bloke jersey. We're never doing these designs again, and they're absolutely fantastic. They're all ready to go as well. So once you order them, they should be at your house within the next couple of business working days. So we've already got some people sending in pictures. It's absolutely stoked with the jersey. And as usual, I'll go and fuck myself. Thank you.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.